My parents shamed me so much into it. It's like, I will try to be church lady. You just stay on the field. You know what it is.
For the most part, they're looking for it. You just drive I don't want to give anyone a secret.
Yes. What did I do again?
I always tell her, I never. She was kind of surprised. I said, well, you're leaving off our east drive on the side. I never watched it.
That's quite a trick. We go to the ravine.
Okay, so we're starting with long meeting order. Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Natalie. Here. Ms. Thomas.
Here.
Mr. Harney. Ms. McGuire.
Here.
Mr. Thorne.
Here.
Ms. Bowe.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President. Okay, we've got 5 of the 6 trustees here. We've got a quorum, we've got a meeting, we can move on. Minutes of June 17th, 2024. We have a motion so approved.
Move. Second.
Moved by Bo, seconded by Thomas. Any additions or corrections? There being none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion so carries. Okay.
President Pickett, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda, move up the.
Can we get the civility pledge in quick?
I guess we could.
Okay.
Don't get so excited.
Mark was so excited, him and all.
All right, hold that.
In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community, and understanding that we may each have different ideas for achieving that objective.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Mr.
At
Diatley.
this point, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to move up the police business for the mention of Officer Kyle Davis.
Second,
Oh, I'll second.
moved by Diatley, seconded by McGuire to amend the agenda to move the item from 12D. With the honorable mention to the present now. Any comments, questions, or discussion on that motion? There not being any, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion so carries. Mr. Diatley, chief.
I will turn it over to the chief.
Either I printed my certificate too small or. Okay, on June 14th of this month, actually, 2024, Officer Davis was dispatched to an ambulance assist call on Van Tassel. One of the residents had experienced a medical emergency and was gasping for air and not responsive. Officer Davis arrived on the scene, quickly assessed the circumstances, and within 2 minutes of being dispatched, had begun life-saving measures. He continued performing CPR for several minutes until the fire department personnel arrived on the scene and took over his care. Officer Davis's response and quick actions helped lead to the patient being stabilized with a heartbeat and eventually being transported to the hospital. Kyle's actions upheld the highest levels of police work and cast a positive light on our profession and our organization. And more importantly, he may have saved the life of one of our long-time residents. Kyle?
Thank you.
And as a former
Well done.
CPR instructor, I can say how important those first few minutes really are. Thank you again, John. You're welcome.
That's the way to start.
You said-
And that's why I was so excited.
That's why.
Is that what it was?
I know, the guys usually get beat up a lot and get criticized. I mean, it takes a minute here and there. Let's take it and, recognize the work that they do for not just us, but everybody in the village. So. Okay, back to the regular agenda. The next item on the agenda is the appointment of a deputy clerk. I need fill in for Mr. Mills when, I don't, what is it with grandpa's going to Alaska? That the deputy clerk is a grandpa in Alaska who will be coming back on the clerk, who is a grandpa.
Anybody who wants the script on how to finagle that, give me a call.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the appointment of Joe Nemick as deputy clerk.
I'll move. Second.
Moved by McGuire, seconded by Poe to approve the appointment of Joe Nemick as deputy clerk. Any comments, questions, or discussion? Since we do have a stipend for the clerk, this is a roll call situation.
Mr. Dudley,
Aye.
Ms. Bo,
Aye.
Ms. Thomas. excuse me.
Aye.
It's been one of those days. I'm really trying to.
Okay.
Ms. McGuire,
Aye.
Mr. Thorne.
Hi,
I have affirmative votes, no negative votes, the motion so carried. Mr. Nemick will serve. Thank you, Joe, if you're listening. We've got executive session listed from Salsa Street, but that has not materialized, so we will go on by that. The next item is resolution 559. It is the Kane County Hazardous Mitigation Plan. For those of you that are new, the federal government requires all municipalities that will anticipate receiving any FEMA funds, that's the Federal Emergency Mitigation Agency, must have a hazardous mitigation plan filed and in place before we can receive those funds. This was a requirement that came out 2004. I have sat through numerous meetings with the county and the emergency management personnel down in the county and their consultants. We put together the plan. Every few years, it has to come back up for review and renewal. And at the 20th anniversary, it is back on our desk for renewal. And so that is what we're looking at with resolution 559 is the approval of our hazardous mitigation plan. And one of the items on that hazardous mitigation plan is, of course, flooding. And one of the other items of flooding is the failure of a dam. And the biggest dam in Kane County is Pinecone Dam. Just wanted to let you all know. Mr. Court knows it. Mr. Court oversees the inspection of it for a number of years. So. But it was a bit of a shock to the county to realize what we had sitting over there. They are aware of it now. We're prepared for it. Like a tornado, hurricane, tsunami, whatever wants to come this way, we're ready. We can go apply for those FEMA dollars and not have to worry about being rejected. So, got the motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Moved by McGuire, seconded by Bo. Any comments, questions, or discussion? As it's being just a resolution, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
hi.
Those opposed, unanimous, so carried. Thank you all. Okay, there's a calendar of events coming up. The 4th of July is Thursday, parade, picnic. 5th of July, Friday, is the fireworks, dusk. Okay, and then Wednesday, July 9th, is movie in the park night.
No, concert.
Concert in the park. Is what you're calling it. It's a movie. Okay, concert in the park, movie in the park, one and the same to me. That is on the 9th. Okay, that's it for the time being for the president's report.
I have no report tonight.
Planning and zoning, Mrs. Detmer is not with us this evening and left no report. There is plans though to have the P and Z review the impervious surface.
Right, we're anticipating an ordinance for the next meeting or perhaps the one after that.
And that will be impervious surfaces.
Correct, driveways and such.
All right, we'll look forward to that one. Attorney's report?
No other report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Schuster. Engineer's report. I will refer you to the note from Mr. Steele, who is on vacation. He says that IDOT has approved our plans for the 2004 road program. And he will be accepting the bids, or opening bids on the 12th and 14th. So hopefully we'll see some of that activity before the end of summer this year. Okay. Director of Finance, Mr. Van.
Request a motion for the approval of the accounts payable in the amount of $114,675.70.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Thorne, seconded by Thomas, to approve the warrants on this July 1st, 2024, in the amount of $114,675.70. Motion so approved. Wait, and I did that already, I'm sorry. We got the motion to approve up there. Okay, any additions or deletions, comments, questions? There being none, roll call please.
Ms. Bo,
Aye.
Mr. Thorne,
Aye.
Ms. McGuire,
Aye.
Mr. Dattley,
Aye.
Ms. Thomas.
Aye.
5 affirmative votes, no negative votes, motion so carries. Thank you all.
That's it.
All right.
The auditors were in for their preliminary field day and all went well. So we'll see them back August 26th.
They learned that the drive off of Sleepy Hollow Road does not lead into our park. They go around. They learn. Okay, thank you, Eugene. Comments from the public, Mr. Florence.
I had a lot to say, but you already covered it in the president's report. So just add a few things about the fourth coming up. Just a few minor things. We have a craft show this year, first year for the craft show, so there'll be exhibitors out there. Almost entirely local people selling things they make, home businesses, stuff like that. So we encourage you to check that out. We'll have a car show again. And then the big question for everyone in the club is what happens if it rains? I've been in the club 22 years. It's never rained out, although I have gotten pretty wet a couple times. So we're still planning. The forecast is looking pretty good for Thursday. I mean, it's a little iffy, but we'll make the decision up until the last minute on whether to move it. Fireworks, if they don't go off on Friday night, they'll have to go off on Sunday night because we couldn't get availability on Saturday night. But for the 4th, I think we probably will just play that by ear. Have it either on, probably on Saturday, possibly on Sunday. Just, through the usual channels, Facebook, emails, things like that. Other than that, I think we're in good shape. Same format as prior years, fun run. So we hope everyone can come out. And raffle tickets got out to everyone late. A ton of people have gone online and bought sponsorships and raffle tickets. So we're actually doing about as good as we normally do about this time of year. But if you have procrastinated for 10 minutes and didn't mail it in, I'd say at this point, just go online and pay online and we'll get it right away. You'll be all set to win that raffle prize. Thanks.
All right, thank you, John. Okay, moving on to trustee report, roads and parks. Mr. Harn is not with us and did not include a report. So we will move on to finance, Mr. Thorne.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mark. Water and sewer, Ms. Bo.
Last meeting I reported there was a hole at my neighbor's house. Jeff and I have since looked at the hole. And we're gonna talk to ComEd about the hole. And that's pretty much where we are on that.
Okay,
That's all I have to report.
question for you.
Oh, your email, yes.
Yes,
Well, since we just submitted the changes, so they've had the change in the past 2 months now on their bills. I will reach out to them this month and see if any hearts have changed and if they want to change the meters. I haven't had any alternative proposals brought to me as to what they want to do. I think they just want to wait. And I'll see where,
ordinances state the end of April 2025.
yes.
They have to be on.
Wait, the end of April 2025?
Yep.
I thought it was going on to 4 years.
Agreement between West Dundee and Sleepy Hollow is a 5-year.
Right,
Our ordinance say anybody with a sewer connection has to have a meter by April 30th, 2025.
Okay,
And I would.
and that's
suggest
different than the
you
agreement that they had set
verify-
for last year?
Hmm?
That's different than the agreement where we wanted them to get in from
Nope.
prior year?
They were supposed to have joined last year.
Right, I thought that was the original deadline, and then I thought the only other one was the 5-year contract.
It's
Okay.
in the ordinances.
Okay,
That all sewer connections shall have a water meter by April 30th, 2025.
got it. Then I will follow up with them on that.
That's, and I'd be, should double check with Kyle on the cost of the meters
Okay,
and the labor.
Yeah.
Because
I know that I did advise that
beyond,
the cost would maybe different because they're no longer in the contract of the 1 year. Sorry to cut you off there. Yeah. All right,
okay,
thank you.
sure thing. Thank you, Courtney. Police and public safety, Mr. Dean.
A couple things, and I hope you all have had the chance to read the chief's update to the department. It shows me the dedication of the chief to keep our officers up to date, trained, and thoroughly knowing where they're going, what's expected of them, and what he expects of them. And I appreciate his attention to detail there and the ongoing training that he puts the department through and make sure it's done. You know, sometimes people think, oh, we're just a little police department. Well, we're much more than that. And I appreciate what you do, chief, and what every officer in the department does for us. I would like to ask the chief to speak a little bit to the use of force certification that's on there.
So the use of force certification goes through the Illinois chiefs, and it's based on national standards. It's a multi-page application they have to fill out, and it shows our use of force policies, our reviews of our use of force, our training with use of force, all meets federal accepted standards. So I filled out the application, sent it in, and we received our certification after I sent it on the paperwork.
Do we provide a copy of this to our insurance company too?
I can provide it to James, sure, absolutely.
So that's all I have. Chief, you have anything else?
Just the movement of officer, we're
Oh,
moving Officer
sorry.
Peterson from part-time patrol into our open full-time patrol slot. So we'll finally have our 7th full-time patrolman back after a long time. So,
Did we want to bring that forward this evening?
yes, I would like to, if it was in my report and
It's in your report. It's
reports on the
police
agenda, so I'm not sure if we have to.
I'd like to make a motion that we move our part-time officer to full-time status. Here, I'll find the salary. To full-time status at a pay rate of $60,672.82.
Second.
Moved by Diatley, seconded by Thorne to approve the promotion or the change in employment from part-time to full-time for police officer
Urban
Peterson.
Peterson.
Irvin Peterson. With an annual salary of 60,000.
672.82.
Right here. $60,672.82.
Point of order, the promotion wasn't listed on the agenda, and I thought we can't do that when it changes finances. I thought if there's
Well,
a,
he's got it listed as a police department update, and in his update, he mentions this.
yeah, I know it was in his update, but we didn't have it on the agenda, and I thought that had to be publicized to the public. If there's a change in personnel and finances,
Should be listed on the agenda.
That's not an item.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I believe, yeah, it'd be better to do it that way.
Okay.
We'll be fine, yeah.
All right.
It'll involve expenditure of public funds.
Okay, we'll hold on that one.
No problem.
Do you need to implement that in the next 2 weeks?
He's working the hours as a part-timer right now anyway, covering for me, so
Alright.
it's just a matter of officially changing it, so, yeah, no worries at all. I'll make sure it's on the next
We'll make an
agenda.
update on that for the July 15th meeting. Okay. All right, anything else, Mr. Daly?
That is all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Steve, thank you, Chief. Building and environment, Ms. Bryan.
No report tonight.
Jennifer. Building and zoning, Ms. Thomas.
The only thing that I have is an update to what I talked about last meeting. There was an investor that was here that had spoken with trustee McGuire and then also myself. I did meet with this investor and I wanted to give the board an update that I met with him. Saw some plans that he has, that discussed some, the process that he has to go through regarding this, because he only has till October 15th or 17th, something.
I think it's 6.
And so, he is aware of that, and, so I just wanted to let the board know that I did meet with him and kind of set him straight on a few things, so. That's it.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Next is old business, any old business to come before the board? Okay, no old business to come before the board, the next item is new business. This will come to us as new business. Come to my attention, situation, within the village requires us to take a look at our ethics of the village for the trustees. So what I'm gonna do is have Mr. Schuster look into the ethics and procedures of elected officials in the position of serving the village, and also to look into a code of ethics and a code of behavior. And it's getting to be rather embarrassing to look at residents and say they have to have stickers on their cars, they have to have tags on their cats and dogs. And we have trustees that will ignore items of that such. And that I don't find acceptable. That we have two standards, one for trustees and one for the residents. So that's what the new business is. Mr. Schuster will be getting back to us within the next couple of weeks on some suggestions that we can consider on review and implementation in our code of ethics and behavior. So that's it from my end. Any other new business to come before the board? If not,
I move to adjourn.
Second.
moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Have a safe holiday, all.
Happy 4th.
Solid. I was like,